affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart?
Art right here on the Oldies station, and we are connecting to all of you all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I can't wait to talk to you. Tonight is the night that we are connecting to the energy of love. What's love got to do with it? Well, love has a lot of power. And we're going to align ourselves with the power of the energy of love's flow. So what would you like to make flow in your life? There used to be a song, let your love flow like an ocean stream, right? And let your love flow to all living things. We've got to get the love going. And there are so many songs about love. And many of us have had that experience with love. We've had love, we've lost love. We've loved children, we've loved pets, we've loved relatives, we've loved our friends, we've had changes, we've had losses. But what is love to you? What is the power of love? And did you know that the power of love can create anything you desire? Most of us create from this energy of fear. We create from this energy of need. We create from this energy of expectations, obligations. And many of us are successful. Many of us are afraid to fail. So we push on. Many of us have this energy of needing to prove something to someone. So we move ourselves forward and create an outcome. But how many of you are where you are now and you're looking around and you're saying, where is the love you said you'd give to me? Where's the love? Where's the love of the experience? Where's love lacking in your life? What does love mean to you, and how can you incorporate more love in your life? The power of love surrounds all of us. It's actually within you. You are wired for love. You're not wired to hate. You're wired for love. So why is there so much hate in the world? If we're wired for love, why is there so much divide? Well, we've been conditioned to live life as if we are in competition with others. In the energy of love, everything coexists. In the energy of love, there is not really a right or a wrong. There just is. There's a way of being. There's an acceptance. There's an ability to see the beauty in all things around you, admire it, and allow it to be. And if it doesn't resonate with you, agree with you, you allow it to be in its own circle of love, and you stay within your circle of love. And when the circles of love meet, they connect. And you don't always have to agree with everything that you see, because we're all uniquely different. If we were all the same, well, by golly, life would be so boring. But the energy of love is this force that inspires the birds to sing. They feel compelled to sing their joyous song when the sun arises. Now, how many of us sing a joyous song when the sun arises? Depending on the time you must arise and where you have to go, perhaps you're on your way to work, and how far you have to reach to hit the snooze bar, we definitely have that sense of obligation. Got to go to work. Got to go pay the bills. Got to get the children to school. Now, I'm not saying we hate our jobs or we dislike taking our children to school. But that one bird that can sing so beautifully and brightly, so freely, there's something to be learned from that bird. And I know you're sitting there saying, but Sarah, spiritual, that bird doesn't have to pay bills. That bird doesn't have a mortgage. That bird doesn't have to put food on the table. But the difference between that bird and us is that bird trusts that all those things that it requires, shelter, food, space, freedom, joy, sunlight, evening time, nighttime, It is trusting that it will all be provided. So that bird doesn't necessarily worry. And that bird trusts the mechanisms within to reach a destination and know exactly the coordinates necessary to reach where they need to be, where they're being drawn to be. There was a study on a bird recently that had set off on a set of coordinates and made a journey, took a detour around some storm, and then picked back up on the exact coordinates that they would have been on had they not had to avoid the storm. That bird does not have a GPS. They didn't have their iPhone. They didn't have their car. They just intuitively, instinctively knew which way to go. Do you think that all the power that that bird has, created in love, is stronger than the power that you have? Do you think that perhaps we have sold ourselves short? Do you think perhaps that the power of love that is within you is waiting for you to recognize its power and strength, and therefore utilize that energy, harness that energy, and begin to create a different life for yourself? Do you believe in love? I know, we all have the story. A heartbreak, got betrayed by friends, fired when we least expected it, or had a job layoff, or betrayed at work. We all have stories. Division in family. Family seems fine. One of the parents crosses over and then all heck breaks loose. We've heard all the stories. We've actually heard the stories here on the show, where people's lives, because another emotion became greater than love, got all messed up, went literally sideways. We've seen how jealousy can ruin love relationships. We have seen how jealousy can ruin friendships. We've also seen how jealousy can rob your energy when you share with people who are not of pure intent and of love. So how do we create more love? Well, that's a question we're going to ask all of you tonight as well. How would you like to create more love in your life? But the universe is filled with love. And the power of love that is within you is already accessing that love. Just like that bird who has to make its journey, just like that bird who awakens in the morning and begins to sing, just like that bird. It trusts the universe. And it is said that we are created in the image of the divine. We have all the attributes of God. Let me say that again. We have all the attributes of God. So if you have all the attributes of God, what's not going right for you? What isn't working? What needs to change? What needs to shift? How can we realign you to that love? What are you holding on to from the past? What grudge, what heartache, what story, what glasses half full experience are you holding on to so it's a rock not allowing you to take flight and reach new heights and soar in the energy of love and inspiration? What are you holding on to? What fear is weighing you down? What lack of belief within self is not allowing you to reach your full potential? There's so much more. And yes, we live in a physical world. We live in a tangible world. Everything's rather tactical. And yes, we are not birds. So we do have a little more to handle. But if we're created in the divine essence, in the image of the divine, with all the attributes of God, don't you think that we're equipped for everything we've got going on? We are. But we have become enslaved to our emotions. We have become enslaved to our routines. We have become enslaved to bigger, better, more. There's something to be said for less. We have become enslaved to the need to be better than someone else. We have fallen victim to the comparison game. Started early, when we were growing up. Why can't you be like this one? So-and-so's son or daughter does this. We have become enslaved. So it's time in the power of love to cut the chains that bind you. Sever the ties to the past of that which weighs you down. Not allow yourself to feel less than. Not allow yourself to feel so different that you don't think you fit in this world. More and more do I hear someone saying they feel as if they're less than. More and more do I hear someone saying that they feel like they don't belong in this world. Even little ones. I remember sitting in a conversation with a 5-year-old who was in my session with me. Very smart 5-year-old, I may say. And she looked at me and she said, "Sarah, spiritual, you've got connections, right?" I was like, "I like to think so. I talk to connections all day long." And she's like, "Well, you need to call your connections and you need to figure out why they dropped me off on the wrong planet." And I looked at her and I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I seriously don't think that if there's a God, that God would drop me down to this madhouse. I don't really feel like I belong here. I must be from another planet, and we need to make a call, and we need to fix this." And she went on to tell me all the things she thought was wrong in the world, all the things she thought was wrong in her own household, and all the reasons why she felt like her little soul couldn't be free to be who she was. It was a very interesting perspective of a 5-year-old who was in the energy of love and realized that everywhere she looked, not that her parents did not love her, but she didn't see the connection. She didn't see the flow. She didn't see the harmony. She didn't see the joy. She couldn't find it anywhere. Are you looking for what's wrong in the picture? Are you looking to find the harmony and the joy? Are you pointing out what someone else is doing? Or are you finding the harmony and the joy? Are you creating from your soul? Or are you creating from your mind because you have to? Are you dropping down in your heart and being heart-centered and asking for a push in the right direction? Or are you just throwing mud on the wall and hoping something will stick? Well, when all else fails, of course, we'll throw some things on the wall. But we have to look for deeper guidance. And when we're in the energy of fear, the energy of hurt, the energy of pain, the energy of loss, it's difficult to be in alignment with that powerful energy. It's difficult to feel the sense of the divinity within. You know, they say love is patient and love is kind. So love has its own flow. It doesn't really want for much. Doesn't need to hear itself talk. Doesn't need to be boastful. Love requires just peace and harmony. Love is not some loud experience. Love is a soft, gentle nudge. Like if a butterfly were to brush by your face. The lightness of its wings. That's what love is. Love is not an awkward experience. It is a vulnerable, intimate experience that is free-flowing. It doesn't require much. But to be in the energy of love, to truly be in the energy of love, we often have to disconnect from the outside world to really find where the spot is within our being that allows us to vibrate out in that frequency. So yes, we'll go out in the world and we will meet people and we will interact, and some things will be a little less pleasant than others. We understand that. But when you're in the energy of love and you know where your love sweet spot is, so to speak, that space inside of you, No matter what's going on in the outside world, it doesn't rattle you. It doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. You just know that somewhere, even though there may be chaos in front of you, there is a source of love, and that the participants in the chaos are just removed from love. And when you're removed from love, you're removed from the divine. And it's not for you to stand there and say, well, I'm connected to the divine, and I can surely see that there is love lacking there. It's not for you to judge. Remember, love is not boastful. Love is humble. It is for you to simply allow them to find their way and send the energy of love. It's important to be in the energy of love. Many of you are lacking in your finances. For the show, we were just talking about finances and manifesting money. And I was like, come on, let's manifest some money. And people think I'm crazy when I talk about that, but I believe we have the power to be in the flow of abundance. And again, it's not about how much. It's about recognizing that there's a current of energy, and money and love are connected in energy. I know we've been taught that money is the root of all evil. But money is a flow of energy, and energy is a current, and the current of energy governs the currency of our money, not the banks, not the governmental beings. The universe governs the currency of money. So if you look in your bank account and you go, eek, there's not enough, then that's when we step in the power of love and the energy of love, and we align ourselves with the current of the inspiration of money, the physical, tangible current of that energy. And we ask the universe to supply what we desire, and we seek it. And when we seek, we will find. We inspired. In this inspirational energy, we are inspired. And as we are inspired, we create a momentum. But there's a little bit of a lag sometimes because we get distracted. We say we want to manifest something. We want to manifest a love partner. We want to manifest a better job. We want to manifest more money, better health. But then there's the distractions of life, and they begin to weigh us down and distract us. I was talking to someone earlier, and she wanted to manifest money, and she had an opportunity to manifest money, and she knew she needed to do something, and she's like, oh, I forgot to do it, and she missed the opportunity. But if she was in the flow of love, as opposed to the flow of fear and concern over money, she would have been in the current of love, and the current of love being connected to the current of money, she would have accomplished her goal, and she would have had that money. Do you love money? There's nothing wrong with loving money. I want you to, in a healthy way, I was going to say healthfully. I think that might be a word, but whatever. I want you to love the energy of money, knowing that money is like the worm that feeds the bird, and the bird doesn't worry. If you believe that somehow the money will always show up for you, regardless of what your employer pays you, that something will show up, be it extra groceries, be it a gift from someone. I'm going to be teaching a class on this in just a couple of weeks, how to get lucky with money. But it's tied to love. Love is the key to everything in your life. So why are you weighing yourself down? Do you want to move? Then what are you afraid of? If you seek a place in love, then love will find the place to go, and it will seek its flow, and you will find the place to live. Oh, yes, I know we may not have the credit score, we may not have what we require in the physical world, but in the energy of love, you will meet the people who will help you through the process so that you can get there. Don't look at the glass half empty and go, well, I don't have the credit score, I don't have enough money in the bank. There are plenty of programs that are available to you. There are things that will show up for you when you trust that that worm or that opportunity in the physical world will be there for you. But we lose our minds over the fear, over the, I guess this is my life. If I had $1 for every time someone sat across from me and said, well, I guess I'm not meant to be lucky in love. I guess there isn't a partner for me. That's okay. I'm used to being by myself. And I'm like, You're not used to being by yourself. You're just telling yourself that. You're settling. Why are we settling? Each one of you is a unique being. And for each of us, there is another. There is a partner. And you don't have to look under rocks. They're not all going to crawl out from under a rock. So look up. Trust the universe has the power of love for you. Believe in love. Believe that love is going to assist you in creating everything you desire. And know that love holds the answer to everything that's out of alignment in your life. If something bothers you, send it love. Bless your house with love. Be in the energy of love and love yourself and claim your worth. You are worthy. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you are not worthy. For love is the power that fuels everything. So you are worthy. And love is wired within you. So what would you like to shift in your life? And how can love help you? We'd like to explore that with you tonight. And we'd love to find the love all around you. And trust that the universe is always showering us with abundance of love. The abundance of abundance itself. We are in alignment. Trust it. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to answer your questions at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The world is different now. People have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't
No, we can't walk the way we did. We've got to make a change. And the way to change is to go back to love, to return to the energy of love, and know that love is the answer. Love has the power. In many of my sessions turning into the new year, I was fortunate enough to give a channeled message to many of you. And one of the most popular lines that Spirit gave me that stood with me in many of the channeled messages is that love is the power that fuels an entire universe. Let that sink in. Love is the power that fuels an entire universe. So why wouldn't we want to access love? Why wouldn't we want to use that force in our creation and to make a difference in our own lives and the lives of others? We're each unique beings. We each have a power inside of us. We're so glad that you're joining us here for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. As many of you know, we are here every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And if you're just joining us, welcome. Welcome to the show where people call in and we answer questions, life's questions. And Spirit helps us navigate those answers. And we tune in to guides and angels. And together we have a conversation that not only helps the caller on the line, but all of you listening. For each person who calls represents many who feel and experience the same things. So for me, it's always a joy to answer your questions at 866-972-7247. And if the line is busy or it keeps ringing, just wait a bit and call again. And it keeps us connected to you. Put us on speed dial. Now, this week, we're in our studio in Boca. And next week, we'll be in the studio Boca, but I'm not going to be here alone. No, no, no. I'm inviting you. If you're in my listening audience and you would like to participate in the show, have your question answered, be entered in the drawing for some prizes, and be a part of the Sarah Spiritual Experience, let's take a leap of faith together. You see, this radio show was a leap of faith. Heck, what I started doing back in 2006 by opening a center was a leap of faith. So I would love to have you join me next Wednesday night here live at the center. We're going to have prizes, giveaways. We have a VIP ticket that allows you to guarantee you have your question answered by me here live in person. And we have our general admission, and some of you will have your questions answered. It's an intimate setting. There is limited seating. So I'm rather confident we are going to be able to connect with many of you, and there'll be many prizes given out. And we'll have the opportunity to socialize a bit and really be a part of the family. So go to sarahspiritual.com. On the front page, you'll see the event. Click the event and save your spot now. I know here in South Florida we do things last minute. Just like last minute. But it's a week from tonight. And since we have limited seating, and if you get the feeling, the prompting, I need to be there, I feel like the universe has a message for me, I want to be a part of the Spiritually Speaking with Sarah family, come on down to our studio in Boca. And once you register, we'll be sure to give you all the information and your admission ticket. So go to sarahspiritual.com. I'd love to see you here next Wednesday night. And then the following week on Tuesday, I might as well keep going. I'm going to be teaching what has to be one of the most important classes I teach. How to clear your energy. We're all energetic beings, and maybe your connection with love is being bogged down by intrusive thoughts and other people's energy and drama. And you need to know how to clear your energy to bring in the love, right? Come to me, love. I want love all around my life. But every time you turn around, other people are bringing you down. Got that coworker that's kind of draining you. You have that friend or family member, and you're like, oh my God, every time I talk to them, I am exhausted. Well, this is the class for you. How to clear your energy and remove anything that's not associated with you, your divine path, and destiny. Go to sarahspiritual.com. We'd love to see you on Tuesday, March 5th, for our lovely How to Clear Your Energy. And then the following week, since we're doing announcements, we have our class on Get Lucky. Get lucky, Sarah Spiritual? Yes, get lucky. How to get lucky and create abundance in your life. We want you to get lucky. We want you to experience the flow of the universe. And we know that money is available to all of us. And when you least expect it, it's going to show up. Well, we know that here. Do you know that? Would you like the secret to manifesting that money? We're going to teach that class at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, live in person as well as online, as all my classes are. So be sure to visit us at sarahspiritual.com. Those classes are only $15. So I would love to see you there. All right, we've got our phone lines full at 866-972-7247. I've got friends on Facebook. Be sure to put your questions in the feed. Drum roll, please. We are going into the energy of love. And I've got to go to Alyssa. She's in Illinois. Now, Alyssa's had a journey of love, and she's had some complications in her love life. My guides are like, to say the least, Sarah. She's had complications. And hasn't always been the easiest thing. Alyssa, thank you for calling in again. Glad to have you back joining us. Alyssa, what is your burning question for us tonight?
Sarah. So my question is, me and my son's father are talking about getting back together.
Really?
We have talked about trying to fix things and forgiving each other and starting over. Do you see us getting together and working out? Do you see him leaving that girl completely? And do you see us actually working out for the best? Moving back in with each other and stuff like that.
All the stuff like that. Well, Alyssa, are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have the best of news for you. I know he wants to, and he wants to because he may not be happy with that other person. But there's a lot that has happened between the two of you that it's rather difficult. It's going to require a lot of love and a lot of maturity. And right now, from what I see, his maturity level is not where it needs to be. Is that correct?
I mean, I believe it's fixable if we both work at it. As long as he can leave her alone, it can be fixable. Do you see him leaving her alone?
Okay, so get out your plaster and start patching up the relationship. I don't know if you've ever seen what plaster does. When you go to kind of patch it up on the wall and then you paint over it, if you don't sand it down, if you don't fill that hole perfectly, you start to get cracks. I don't feel like he's done with that girl. I hear from Spirit. It's not my opinion, honey. I hear from Spirit he's not quite done. So he may not even know that yet.
Back to her.
Okay? He may not even know that yet. But they still have unfinished business. Now I know the next question in your head because I kind of understand where your mind goes. Okay, but then if he goes back and then he comes back, then will he finally be done, Sarah Spiritual?
What unfinished business do they have? They don't have kids together. They have nothing.
Ah, that's what you see in the physical. But they have a soul connection, a soul contract that needs to finish being fulfilled.
Does he have a kid with her in the future? Because she wants to have a kid by him.
Well, all the more reason if he doesn't want to be there, why he better run now, right? But he needs to come to you whole, not because he left her and now wants to go to you because he needs a safe place to land. He needs to be with you because he wants to be with you. And then he needs to deal with what made him go the other way in the first place. Right?
He needs to come to me because he's not lonely.
Correct. And he's not in a healthy mental place yet. So give it time, but please do not put all your eggs in this basket because we may have scrambled eggs. All right, my dear, I know it's not what you want to hear.
Road getting together? Do you see us down the road becoming a family?
We have free will choices that have to happen now. If we don't do, we being you two, I'm not part of the story, we, you and your little group, don't make the choices that add up to that, then no, I don't see that. So what he does in these next 7 months determine the story. And what you allow determines the story. Because you need to remember who you are, your divinity, that you are worthy of love, and you're not an option. You need to be someone's first choice. You're not a backup plan.
And is that what he's using me as?
That's how it's playing out right now, isn't it? Oh, now you're the backup plan because his little great idea of skipping off into the sunset with a side chick didn't work out?
I mean, so basically he's not even being forward and telling her he's leaving. He's gonna just up and leave when she goes to work and take his belongings, and when she comes home, like.
Okay,
so
now
my
hold on.
question is,
No, hold on 1 minute. Hear this here. So that creates drama, does it not? So
yes,
he's
he needs to
running
be a man
away
and be-
the same way he ran away from you because he can't handle his emotions. He doesn't know how to express himself. He doesn't know how to create a healthy boundary. That's not the best way for him to leave. That's the coward's way to leave. Because if she needs to know he's done, he needs to look her in the face and say what his truth is. But if he doesn't have to look her in the eye and say, then she's left to guess. And if he just slithers out in the middle of the day, then you know what happens? Eventually she's going to want answers because she doesn't have closure, just like you didn't have closure, like you are being tormented now. I understand,
and
but she's
she'll
still a
keep
human being.
it back like I will.
So he needs to have a conversation with her, and he needs to end it so that there's a finality to it. Doesn't that make sense to you? If that's what he wants to do, and if he's strong enough to do that. There's a lot of confusion around him. So there are free will choices, Alyssa, that have to happen, and we need to allow it to unfold, okay? That's the answer Spirit has. I know it's not sugar plums and unicorns, but that's where we are at this moment, and we are going to see how he will mans up in the story, all right? Thank you so much, honey. We send you much love. We know this is a difficult time. My heart goes out to you, as does many of those listening, because we all know what it's like to be in that limbo and just want your life to go back to the way it was and be better and never have to feel like the rug gets pulled out from under you. But if he doesn't close the door the way he needs to, then there's always a difficulty. All right, honey. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. We are answering life's questions, and we are connecting with all of you all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I need to go to Toronto. I've got Lucy on the line, and I'm hearing in my head, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. So, Lucy, how are you tonight in Toronto?
I'm good, Sarah. It's good to see you as always. I hope you can hear me well.
I hear you. Just make sure you speak up just enough for me. I appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to go somewhere where I can speak even
So
louder.
what is your
Better.
burning question for me tonight?
Well, the question is pertaining to what you were talking about, the flow. It's not happening. Not only financially, but with my husband, it's disastrous. I had to pretty much run away from home. So, and I know I haven't seen him for a long time because I've been avoiding confrontation, and it's made things worse. But
Correct.
It's just the energy is just, there's so much involvement going on at the spiritual level too.
Yes.
So I need to know what are causing all these challenges, because there has to be a source, because I'm really trying hard, you know,
Right.
with meditation, with isolation from everyone, pretty much. And it's just not happening. It's just like the challenges, and every time I want to move forward, making the things flow, there's always
Right.
either blockages or more challenges, interruptions from life, which are forcing me to take care of them. Because they're not little things. For example, somebody being sick in my family,
Right.
a financial being stuck somewhere or something. It's like huge things happening
Well.
to stop me like it feels like it's stopping me from moving forward to create the abundance that I know I'm made of. The flow is just blocked, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, it's coming from an accumulation of a series of choices that many of them were made in fear and disappointment and need.
Yes.
And so thus the result is lack. And the uncomfortability, believe it or not, is a good thing. Because what are you so attached to that you can't let go of? You choose to change one thing and let go, and everything falls into place. One thing. If we're in a relationship that's not working, and we're not feeling the flow, and we're not getting the respect and the connection that we desire, then what do we want to do? Do we want to make a step out of the relationship? Do we want to try to force someone to be someone that they're not? Do we want them to love us and they're not capable of loving us? Where is the relationship? You see, you look at that. And if the love relationship, if the harmony within self and the self-worth is not validated by love from another human, which, by the way, is how we've been conditioned. We have not been conditioned to have the universe bless us with love so that we would always be in alignment. We are blessed to be conditioned by our parents who love us, but their love is conditional. All right, be a good girl or boy and do what mommy or daddy say, and we're going to love you. Right? We love you, so do it this way. We love you. We don't want you to get hurt. We love you. We have fears, so you need to have the fears we have. We love you. Now, today's parenting is, in some ways, becoming more evolved because we are aware of our own human frailties and flaws and insecurities, and we're a little more cognizant of that, so we're trying not to pass it on to our children. But many of us are wired from love being conditional, and if we don't feel loved by our partner, then we begin to be triggered by all the things that are out of alignment. I do see for you that this is a year to bring you balance. I do see that this is a year that's going to bring you financial growth. I do see you bringing in additional revenue, income. There's some type of work, business that comes, feels like a business. There is opportunity for you. And we do not need this relationship to be the albatross around your neck that it has become. Now, as far as family members becoming ill, this is something we send love to and we ask for healing. But that is what happens in life, right? We have people around us that we care for, that we maybe have to participate in things that they're going through because we love them, because we're family, they're part of our tribe. That's going to happen. There are always things in life that we have to handle. But the primary core connection, the relationship of you and your love for self needs to be first. Oh, I know we were taught that that's selfish. But we need to be safe within ourselves. We need to love self. We need to honor self's peace and harmony. And we need to have the boundaries that we're not continually bending to accommodate others because of their hissy fits. Hissy fits.
Yes.
I see hissy fits everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So every time you do that to pacify the situation, you are literally bleeding out on the operating table. And the universe is like, get her another infusion of love, fill her with love because she's bleeding out. Now, I understand the relationship may be in tandem with the experience of how our household is governed, how we manage our finances. And, you know, sometimes it's difficult for you to step out on your own because of a commingled situation, which is really what it's become, a commingled situation. So that's why I say fill yourself with love. Fill yourself with love so you can be in tune with the harmony of the universe, in tune with the inspiration of the universe, in tune with the love of the universe, so you can create what you desire, separate from him. And if he wakes up in the process, mazel tov. If he does not wake up, he will sit there like a clump of clay to be molded by God. It is not your job. Not your job.
Yeah.
Do you?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It is
Sarah.
going
I
to
agree
be
with
a
you.
good year for you. Is there a thought and an idea of making a move by the end of the year? Please say yes.
Yes, there are. Actually,
Good.
not just one move, many moves. And I've actually put, to be honest with you, all
Yes.
the influences from family, from him, from my husband, I put this all aside. This year has been totally about me,
Good.
basically. And to the point where I'm not letting even his his threats, for example, for separation and all of
Okay.
these. I'm not, because I know it's not him. It's because of whatever's going on within him, right? I
Right.
feel that, I don't know if you can feel it. His date of birth is 21st of October, 1980. I don't know if you can feel that, but there's a lot of turmoil I feel within him.
Well,
This
yes,
is
he's
why
wrestling.
I'm not ignoring it.
Right,
Yes.
Lucy, listen to me. He's wrestling his own inner demons that have been facilitated
Yes.
by other people stirring the pot around him in an illusionary manner. But he allows it. Okay? Remember, people can stir things up around us energetically, manipulatively with their words and their actions, but it is the person who allows it to happen. Because eventually they need to wake up, and he's not waking up. Lucy, I do see change.
No,
I do
he's
see
not.
a shift coming for you. I do see it being a positive end to the year. And I do not at this time see that this relationship is on track to stay connected, because there are so many people compromising this story. It is best for you to create your own story, because if you turn back to fix him, you too will turn to a pillar of salt. You need to move forward.
Yes, no.
All right.
No, I just want to create the space and that's it, and just leave it to the
Yes.
universe. But I want to hold the space because he's still my husband.
I
And,
understand that.
I do believe there's a purpose for us together, especially being, married. Not just that, but I feel it's more than just being together. It's not like I'm even, how can I say this? It's more than just expectations or what I want him to be. It's not even about that. It's more than that. It's
I
about
understand.
something I feel that needs to be happening beyond our relationship, that needs to happen. I don't know if it's a contract, I don't know what it is, but I feel that responsibility. And I don't feel like, I feel like I need to hold the space, for him to actually
Yes.
get the chance to see the light, because I feel like he's very stuck right now.
He
And
is.
it's frustrating him.
Allow me to
and I'm-
interject. Allow me to interject, because we do have to go to commercial. You can hold space for him. You can send him love, but you need to move forward. If he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. You see, we assume when we have a contract with someone that we have to play it out to the bitter end. But perhaps that's what we did in the past contract, and now in this contract, we are not meant to work it out to the bitter end. We need to know, as they say, when to hold him and when to fold him, when to walk away and when to run. And in this minute, you need to focus on self-containing that energy for you and your family and moving forward. And we will see if he can do his work. You cannot do the work for him. You can only give him the energy.
That's right.
And my spirit guides are reminding me to tell you, Lucy, life is not meant to be waited. It is meant to be lived. We wish you the best in this journey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling. And we look forward to talking to you again in the future and seeing what's
Thank you.
unfolding. You're welcome. Bye
Thank
for
you
now.
so much, Sarah. Many blessings.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to our phone lines and visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So join us at Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters, they change like water into wine. Everything comes when the stars align.
Yes, indeed. Everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? Do you know my name? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are so glad to be connecting with you. And we have our friends on Facebook, so pile up those messages. We'll be sure to get to you shortly. But I've got to go to, well, someone who's been listening to the show for a very long time, way back when. So let's see what we've got going on with Steve from Broward, and let's see what Steve's thoughts are on love. Steve, how are you tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Good. And what is your burning question for us tonight, Steve? I know it's coming into the end of the month, and what is going on with you? How can we help you?
Well, first of all, this is my first call of the year. And secondly, speaking of love, I love calling this show. So I wanted to get that out the way. And
Thank
thirdly, I like to always periodically get in touch with Spirit, just to, say hello, and see what's up. And so that's why I called in to see if he has any, or she has anything to say to me.
Yes. Hello, is it me you're looking for? And I wonder where you are. Oh, I'm hearing songs in my head again. So, Steve, the first thing they make me aware of is that you've been blessed with love. You've been blessed with an energy of a safe love, a love that allows you to be who you are. And you've been blessed with the energy, of course, of a child. And that is the greatest love of all that you've ever experienced. This is true, yes?
Yes.
And you've also, in this journey of listening to the show, especially that I've been able to observe, you've learned to love yourself over these few years, yes?
Yes.
You were very hard on yourself. And you had great expectations of what life would be like, and oh well, it didn't turn out that way. But somehow, like the bird, you always got a worm in your hand. You always have a way to navigate life. You've always got a roof over your head. Things are always flowing. Maybe not as quickly or easily or in the fashion that you thought they would, but they're all there. So in the end of the story here, it's you learning to trust, which is something that you didn't do. Everything you acquired and did before, you pushed your way through. We had success, and then it would start to crumble beneath your feet, yes?
Yes.
And now here we are, building on a solid foundation, and this solid foundation helps you to build upward invincibly, impenetratably, and indestructibly, so that you can reach the heights that God has for you. And since the energy of love is the love that you're flowing in, it makes the visions and the ability to connect with Spirit all the more fun and easier for you. We want you to know that the angels are with you, particularly during this time of transformative times of transformation and, well, for lack of a better word, a personal ascension. And it is for you to trust that you too will be put on a path that will be undeniably, uniquely your path, not the path that another wants to fit you on. And in the meantime, there will be breadcrumbs along the way, and your plate will always be full, and you will always be recognized. There is a journey here for you, Steve, and when I look at this journey, this is a year that literally closes out the energy and the chapters of 2014. So when we go back and we look at 2014 and what you were going through at that time and what havoc was there in your life, we're closing those doors and we're opening you up in 2025 to a new path and a new traveled path of love and accomplishment and connection. So we are getting ready. And so more that we release the things that we've become attached to that no longer serve us, the faster we will get there, the easier it will be, and the more movement you will have spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. And there could even be a potential for a move. So be open to these changes. They're all in play around you. You have a say in some of it, and some of it is just gosh darn destiny. And some things we can't stop.
Oh. Okay.
Trust the experience, Steve.
Okay.
You're not alone.
All right. I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. 866-972-7247. From Broward, we're going to pop on over to Hollywood, also in Broward County. And we've got Tiffany. Miss Tiffany, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm good.
Good.
How are
Good to
you?
connect with you.
Yes, likewise. You know, spiritually, I have a lot going on. I know there's a lot that is happening or has to happen. However, as for my burning question, it has to do with I saw somewhat of an ex this weekend that prior to that, I see a lot of signs about him and things like that. And it just brought up a lot of feelings again. And I want to have some clarity on, are they any messages coming through for him?
So first thing I hear in my head, they have to get they very chatty in the song world, is feelings, nothing more than feelings, trying to forget my feelings of love, teardrops rolling down on my face. So you've had a lot of tears that you shed over this ex from the past, yes?
Like confusion a little bit, and just
Yeah. We didn't have closure. We don't have
mixed
clarity.
signals.
There's an unfinished business feeling. What is this ex's birthday, please? What is his birthday?
April 13th.
But he does care. He just can't get out of his own way.
Yeah.
He's his own worst enemy when it comes to relationships.
Yeah.
That's
And I feel
unfortunate.
that.
That's unfortunate. For someone who's accomplished within himself, there's an insecurity that's underlying that doesn't allow him to let the people he loves be who they are. It's almost like he's always got to kind of poke things and create a little chaos. And there's a controlling, possessive element inside of all of that can be a little off-putting at times. Is that correct?
Not so much maybe with, maybe, not really.
Okay. Well, what I'm seeing here is there's an insecurity that is rooted in control, is rooted in his possession, and he can be self-centered.
Yeah.
So when I look in the energy here, a lot of feelings have come back up, but the question we have to ask is, has he evolved from the man he was then to the man you ideally would love him to be? And that's the question that he needs to be able to show you, and I don't see that he's prepared to show you that. But I feel that he does miss you and that he did love you. It's just he can't get out of his own way right now. This makes sense to you, yes?
Yeah. Because I feel that. Like, I know he cares, but in a weird way, because of that, the ego and the self-centeredness and, him not allowing that.
Yeah. His need to control things. So, this is a hard one. Because there's a part of you that...
I feel like...
There's a part of you that loves him, and you feel like you won't stop caring for him. And there's a part of you that just really wanted this story to be different. And your little girl inside really hopes that something could convince him to be the better version of himself, because then we would be fine.
Literally, yeah. That's exactly how I feel.
I know that. And that's a result of your little girl who just doesn't feel good enough or worthy. And you want to convince someone to love you so that you are proving your worth. And it's not something you're actively doing in your grown-up self. It's your little girl. Your little girl wants to be seen. And whoever didn't give you the acknowledgement when you were growing up, whatever that age was, in the age of around 8 or 9, whatever made you feel separate and not seen for who you are, really attracted this man so that he would be someone that you could almost win over with your energy and convince him to be a better version of himself, which is not your responsibility. It's not your job. So whatever responsibilities you were weighted down with when you were growing up, this is why we are where we are. Let this man be.
I feel like he makes me see things about me, though, that, I haven't realized from other men.
Well, yes, because you attracted him so that you could grow. So your little girl could accept her worth. But we're not looking for someone who's a school project. We're looking for someone who's a partner, are we not?
Yeah.
Yes. And you don't need him to do the work that you could do with someone like myself or a therapist. Tread carefully in this story. It is not the time to get sucked back up into this story. Now, if I may fast forward, because I do want to go where he is in the journey. This is a journey of his soul this year. There'll be a lot of revelations and things. And this year, if we can just allow yourself to grow and allow him to grow, 2025 may emerge a better version of him. He's got to do the work.
Okay.
But do not jump in this pool head first. There is no water there to catch you.
Okay.
We are clear, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Love yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep me posted, all right? Bye for now. Bye.
I will. I have to come visit you. Bye.
Bye, honey. Bye. 866-972-7247. Timothy Cricket, Spirit, I feel like we're not giving much good love news here. I'm like, Spirit, can we have somebody have a happy ending to their little love story? Well, let's see what we've got going on for Tina in Boca. Tina, how are you, my darling?
I am wonderful, Sarah. Thank you. How are you? And thank you for continuing to carry that light.
I'm working on it, honey. Yes, indeed. I've got that light, and we put a lot of oil in that light. We make sure it's ready to shine bright, and we are glad to make this connection with you. And we know that this year for you is really about cleaning house and stepping into the purpose and the passion that is yours, and really identifying this, a whole new world. It's like a whole new world is supposed to unfold for you, because you've been through a lot in these past 3 years. And my guides tell me that you're tired, and it's time for you to unveil, is the word they give me, some of your creativity and what you've got going on, project something. So what is your question for us tonight, Tina?
Thank you for asking, Sarah. I was just wondering if my adored angels, my guides, if they had any messages specifically for me. I feel I'm right where I'm supposed to be and moving forward in a very exciting and positive way. So I feel completely blessed and grateful, but I wanted to know if they could share any insight or messages for me. I'd love it.
Yes. Well, that was essentially where we were going when we were saying there's a project, there's something that you're supposed to take out into the world. And they are supporting that project, all right? And they want that project to be the message of love to humanity. This is what we see. And Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel are partaking in this. Your guides are partaking in this. We have the energy of loved ones on the other side, female energy. There was a healing or some work that was done between you and a female who passed, yes? Is this mother energy, please?
Yes.
Okay. She is showing herself in support of you and recognizing the talents and gifts within you that she did not recognize to its fullest when she was here, because she was going through her own story. This makes sense to you, yes? She whispers in my ear that she is proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how she said that when here on earth. I don't know that she said that enough. But on the other side, she wants you to know. And there's an opening, a connection, a meeting between you and someone else that's meant to lead you to this opportunity of greatness, this project that's going to unfold. And I feel like the months of March and May are offering that opportunity to you.
Right.
So look for that to come to you. There will be more bits of information. There will be more downloads of information. Your guides are going to talk to you in the sleep state. You are on a journey when you sleep. They're going to continue to give you that information.
Great.
And we also want you to be open to the changes that you need to make.
Right.
So if there's a move or something we need to rearrange, something we need to cut off, then cut it off.
I'm right in the process of that.
Okay.
That's absolutely true.
Yes, they're like, cut it off, honey. As long as it's not a limb, we might need the limb. But otherwise, cut it off. Just be done with it. Do not drag the past into the future of this year, for this year sets the pace for the next 5 years. No pressure. You don't want to mess that up. All right, my dear. Free will, I know, but you are also following the path of destiny. Mom is with you, sending you her love. Your angels are with you, your guides. You're not alone in this journey.
I know. Thank you. And I couldn't be more fortunate or blessed. Thank you tremendously, Sarah. Again,
You're welcome.
You are such a gift to all of us. And may
Thank
God
you.
bless you. And I know that Spirit will.
Thank you, Tina. And I do hope you come to the show here live at the studio next week. Come on down.
I'll try to do so. Thank you again,
You're welcome.
Sarah.
All right. Bye for now.
Blessing. Take care. Bye-bye now.
866-972-7247. Let's pull a question from Facebook. Let's see what's going on our Facebook feed. I feel like there's been some conversations. I haven't really been able to watch the feed, but let's see what we've got going on. Who do we have in our Facebook feed? We have Erica. Erica Brooks. Erica Brooks says, what's going on with my feet today? Erica Brooks. That is an interesting question. So your boots are made for walking, but your feet aren't making the movement to get going, honey. So what I can see here is I feel like there's some energy that's inflammation there in the feet, and your feet are not feeling grounded. So you need to go out and do some grounding exercises. Do feel like you need to do a detox or perhaps some reflexology. It is important for you to get your body back into balance. And where you are in this journey is really about health and clearing of health. So many health issues are going to pop up for you to get them fixed once and for all. So Erica Brooks, you will be on a journey of better health. Your feet need to be detoxed, and we need to handle some inflammation. Thanks so much, Erica, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here on our Facebook and our YouTube feed? Before we go to commercial, we have Alexia, and she's in South Carolina. So she's looking at her papers, something about her immigration, and will he move here from Italy and find a job? Does he love me enough? Well, I feel like there are immigration papers coming from your partner, and interestingly enough, as I look at the energy, I see here that he is in a state of change and he is ready for change, and this year brings to him this energy of power of love. So he is in the energy of the power of love, and he does love you enough. It is just a difficult thing to have a long-distance relationship that is also controlled by paperwork and details, and it interferes with the flow and causes worry, concern, and also pressure. Pressure for him, pressure for you. And sometimes when things get complicated, he overthinks things. He tends to overanalyze, and that creates a little bit of a riff in the story. But be patient. Let's see what the papers bring. Do feel that it's a slow process, but we should have some answer coming into the spring, into the summer of this year. So we're looking at the next 2 to 4 months. We should know a little bit more, and ideally see if he wants to pack it up and come on to America. Trust the process. I know that your paths crossed for a reason, and the two of you are, well, soulmates, as they say. Thank you, Alexia in South Carolina. Let's pull one more from our friends on Facebook and YouTube before we go to our commercial break. And let's see, we've got Balinos, Bree. And Bree says, is there anything my angel Quincy wants to share with me? So here's the interesting thing. Your angel Quincy is this powerful vibration of connection, of love, that is a love that is connected to the two of you because you were meant to be together. And Quincy's life was cut short and does not have the power to stay as long as you would have liked. So Quincy wants you to know that Quincy is here with you and has this love energy that ties the two of you together and bonds you. There is a power that the two of you will see each other again, and that Quincy is sorry that they had to leave the earth when they did, and you want to know that you are never alone. I feel that Quincy has given you a sign that you know that Quincy is with you. So trust this flow and be receptive and try not to do the grief. Be in the energy of love, and you'll forever feel the presence of Quincy until the two souls meet again. Thank you so much for your question. We've got time for one more question here on our Facebook and our YouTube. So let's see who else pops up on our feed. Oops, they're saying there's not another question that we have enough time for here. So we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to continue answering your questions here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. We've got calls all across the nation. We've got calls in Florida, Chicago, New York, California. So stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and I'm Sarah Spiritual, and we will be right back.
The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561 682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart We have lost a love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another.
We can't change. We can't stay the same. We've got to go with the flow. And what's the flow tonight? Love. Love is in the air, in every sight and every sound. Where's the love? We've got to drum up some love, and we've got to get on the phones because I love, love, love my callers. And we've got the power of love on our side. Be sure to catch the beginning of our show if you're just joining us. Spirit had some really powerful message about how we utilize the energy of love and how we can create with love. So we're going to go back to the phone lines. And I have Erica. She's in New York. Erica, how are you tonight?
Yeah. Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Good to make a connection with you, Erica. Is this your first time calling us?
Yeah. Yes.
And how did you hear about the show?
I think I was your friend on Facebook, and I was just scrolling, and I saw your post.
Well, welcome to the show. Good to have you here, and good to make this connection. This year is really representing change. So I want you to take a good look at the things you want to change, because this is the time to make those changes. It's the time for you to delve into what makes you happy, because if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. But we've got to make these changes because I feel like you've been feeling kind of stuck and out of sorts, out of rhythm with your life. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And my dear, the first thing I see here as well is potential for change. Are we looking to make a change in our job, please, at this time?
Yeah, I've been wanting to put something together that I could make like a sort of spiritual creative business.
Beautiful. So this is the time for you to start that process. This is the time to let go of that traditional experience known as work and create your own rhythm and follow the universe's flow of love within your heart so that you can create a better outcome for yourself. You see, this is a time for you to align with your guides and your angels, particularly Archangel Michael, particularly your Indian spirit guide that wants to take you on a journey. And the journey that I see is one that is about traveling and helping others. And there's a strong energy of healing around you as well. And so when we tune in and tap into the energy of your intuition and the divine flow of healing through you, it is time for you to step into your divine potential. Now, I do feel that last year into this year may not have been the easiest of times, and this is also to prepare you, to get you ready for the shift and the change so that you are strong enough and you know who's meant to go with you on the journey. Not everybody's meant to come with you on this journey, so some will be left behind. And it's okay. It's okay because this is your time to shine. And when I put you on the path of the next 2 years and I take you in the energy of 2025 and 2026, this is where I see great power aligning with connections with people and recognizing your own self-worth, your own love story with self, and also embracing divine partnership as well. Does this make sense to you, Erica?
Yes, yeah. My only thing is I'm not sure exactly what steps to take, and I get overwhelmed.
Very easily done. That's something that I help people with. I do help people organize their thoughts and help them prepare a business plan, so to speak, and I teach you how to launch something so that you don't get overwhelmed and give you some of the steps to do that is under One of the things I do is mentoring and coaching, so you'll find that on my sarahspiritual.com page, and it's something that we can customize for you. It's all about what we need to cover to help you not get overwhelmed so that we can help you move forward, because this is the time for you to stop doing the things that don't serve you. This is the time for you to end connections where you're not appreciated, because I feel as if you're not appreciated for what you bring to the table in your day-to-day life, and it's time for you to be appreciated in the energy of the divine universal flow that allows you to bring in energy to assist others. So we bring it in like a wave, and then we pull out, and we go out amongst the people to help them, and we come back. I also see angels around you, and I see angel cards. Do you have angel cards, my dear?
No, I have some tarot.
Okay. Get some angel cards, because the angels are with you, and they're putting down an angel card, and that's important for you to have angel cards. So the angels can give you messages. This will help keep you on track.
Okay.
And what's your final question for this conversation for us today?
I'm sorry?
What is your final question in this conversation with us for today? How can I give you some final insight before we close our conversation?
Yeah. Well, I haven't worked for some time because I had a lot of things I was healing.
Yes.
And so my block that I feel is that I'm like, how am I going to invest in things? You know, and I've been looking for work while I work on creating something for myself. But
you will find a job. There is work coming for you. You have about 6 weeks, then the energy opens up for work, and any time after these 6 weeks, something will fall into your lap, so to speak, something that is going to offer you flexibility. Write down what you would like. What would be the ideal job? Do we want to stay home and work from home? How many hours do we want to work? What is the desired amount that we wish? Write it down, light a candle, ask your angels to take care of it. They will facilitate this for you. They know how to do this.
That's awesome.
And that will make that part happen. And to really go out and promote yourself, you know, I know a lot of people think, oh, I need so much money. It's really not a lot of money to begin a journey of self-love and self-care that leads to the journey of being able to assist others. Because the universe will open up the doors.
Well, that's very nice. That's a very nice message.
Thank you. Trust that you are not alone. You are supported by these angels and your guides, that you have the power to connect, that you're not crazy, that what you see and you think and you feel is being divinely guided, and that this healing energy is only going to get stronger. So allow it to flow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. Thank you so much. I hope you follow the page of Sarah Spiritual, and this will give you access to the radio show and just a continuation of this type of program. If we're friends on my personal page, be sure to follow the page for Sarah Spiritual, and this way you'll always be in the loop.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And we thank the angels for bringing us together on this night of the power of love. Looks like they have a lot of love for you, Erica. God bless you, and bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247 from New York, New York. We got to go to Chicago, and I got Yvonne on the line. Yvonne, how are you?
Fine. How are you, Sarah? Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Good to have a connection with you. And also, let's talk about this. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy birthday, dear
Thank
Yvonne. Happy birthday to you. All right, birthday drum roll is coming up tomorrow. So this is exciting for you.
Yes.
Right? We're just turning a whole nother year younger. Look at you go.
Right, right, right. But it's not as exciting as I wanted it to be.
It is going to
And when
be
you
a
said the
good,
power of love,
it's a good year for you, 2024. It is a year of stepping out of your own way, picking up your step, picking up your rhythm, reinventing yourself in a new creative flair, lining up with the energy of love that makes you feel good, that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel secure. It's that kind of year, Yvonne. We do have to watch some things in our footing and our health. We do have to watch something with the hips and the back. Are we having some problems with our hips and our back, please?
I had just some pain, some back pain in the mornings. Yeah.
Okay. So, from the girl who gets to sit and talk to people all day, and I have to tell myself, get up, Sarah, spiritual stretch. You need to get up. You need to stretch. You need to do some more, okay? I want you to do a little bit more for yourself so that it doesn't tighten up. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of arthritic energy. So I want you to do what you need to do to help yourself with that. Watch the things that cause inflammation in the body. This will also help you. Now, Yvonne, in Chicago, what is the burning question for us tonight?
Well, the burning question is about love, but on Monday I just started 2 days ago a contract position, a work position, and I hadn't been working for a while, as you know. So that's probably why I was so stiff and everything. But I started a contract position on Monday in human resources.
Beautiful.
And so far it's going good, yeah. These 2 days are going good.
I feel like it's going to be a good adventure for you, and you're going to open up to meet a lot of new people. And this is perfectly timed with what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know that I see you there for a long time, and let me just say, I'm not saying you're only there for a few weeks, but I'm saying that this is serving a purpose. It is a kind of like a Band-Aid, a something there for you for the next, ideally, year or so. I don't feel that we are going to have to stay there for 5 years. Like, I don't see that as the picture, okay? But I do feel like it's the Band-Aid or the bridge that helps you financially recalculate your route. Does that make sense to you?
Wow. That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely, it does, yes.
Now, what is that burning love question? Because we need love potion number 9 or something, honey. So what's your love question?
I thought I didn't need it, and then when I saw your topic tonight, I'm like, okay, let me call.
Yes.
Is it gonna come back?
Are we talking about love in general, or are we talking about the particular person that you're referencing to of?
I think the particular person.
You mean the stray puppy who has wandered off and got lost in the woods and we can't quite find him yet? That little puppy?
One.
Yes, that puppy.
That one.
That puppy is a complicated, stubborn little puppy and doesn't like to be told what to do. So that puppy is an intricate puppy. And for those of you listening, we're not talking about a dog, we're talking about a person, but it just has that energy of like a puppy who's wandered off. You know, our listeners may be like, what is Sarah talking about? Did she lose her puppy? Did Yvonne in Chicago lose her puppy? No, she didn't lose her puppy. This crazy man just wandered off and just went bozo, and now we're trying to figure out if he's coming back. You know, there's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of he's just not, I'm like, I'm trying to, Spirit's like trying to prompt me with a word and I just can't like sink my little teeth into it. But I just feel like he's got this energy of elusiveness, non-committal energy, even though he came on like, I'm so committed, I'm your guy, I'll be here with you, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, the first hint of something that didn't rub him the right way, he was like making excuses. What is that? That is immaturity. So will he be back?
Okay.
It is possible. I wouldn't bet my house on it. And the reason why I say that is that I heard something that someone once said out loud, and it stuck with me, and Spirit just fed me a vision of her saying it and her voice. If someone would leave you once, they would leave you again.
Gotcha.
Okay, then we'll tie it up with Maya Angelou's statement of when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Yep.
Okay. So I would rather say, and gosh darn, this is the love show, and I have yet to give anybody the best of news today, but I would have to say, change the channel, honey. Let's get to the real Hallmark channel where people in the last 10 minutes figure it out and they live happily ever after. So we need to get to that channel. I don't know what channel he's on, but he's not on the love channel. The committed love channel. You want someone who's going to be your partner. Right?
Wow.
Nice guy, just doesn't have enough of what you require in your experience to know that he's going to stand with you through the test of time for our days on earth. And he showed you that.
He did.
Yes. But we've got you out all dressed up and ready to roll in a new job. And guess what? That gives us the opportunity to meet so many people. So don't you dare go out without your lipstick. All right?
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Yvonne. God bless you. We look forward to connecting with you again, and we hope it warms up in Chicago for you soon. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. I don't know, Spirit, what kind of love show is this where we got everybody going, nope, go to the next one. We're changing here. Well, we've got to go to Cheryl. Cheryl's in Deerfield, and those of you listening, we'd love to hear from you at 866-972-7247. I'm just going to open up a few lines here as I move into the energy of Cheryl, who's in Deerfield. Cheryl, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear your voice and get through to you tonight, Sarah. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay.
And Cheryl, I hope you pop in and partake in our show next week here. We're right in your backyard in Boca, so we're literally a couple of miles away from you. We're doing a live show here at the studio, and to go to sarahspiritual.com, reserve your spot so that you can have a spot here for the show and you can witness it live.
I would love that. Is it a weeknight?
It is Wednesday night, same Wednesday night as ever. So instead of sitting there listening at home, you can come here.
And actually meet you live. That would be an honor.
Come on down, honey. We'd love to see Deerfield meet Boca.
I will.
All right. Go to sarahspiritual.com. Get your ticket. For tonight, though, Cheryl, what is your burning question in the power of love? I know we've got so many pieces of a moving puzzle going on, and thank you for being so excited and enthusiastic to make this call. We greatly appreciate that.
Oh, I love you. Are you kidding? I'm very excited. I just celebrated 36 years last night, and it was just like another day. So I heard a lot of your guest callers talking about their soulmate and who they're supposed to be with. And I still don't think, even after 36 years, that I'm with my soulmate, if you can believe that. I think you feel it in your heart. And
you do.
You can go through it your whole life and then and not really feel it. And I thought, geez, yesterday is 36 years. It's just like another day. Okay, it was a Tuesday, the 20th, and no, today's Wednesday, and it's another day. So
yep,
I
we're
don't
on
know.
to 37 years.
I always have a little romance in my heart, thinking, someday my prince will come.
Yes.
That kind of thought.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. But
yes. It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. Okay? It is the sense, and it's also part of our conditioning. So let's rewind the tape and let's go to the human conditioning. So as little girls, we are conditioned to believe that our prince will come rescue us and ride us off in this horse and carriage, and it'll be this beautiful experience like Cinderella, right? And one of my favorite little roles that I played when I was auditioning, and I just loved the music from Cinderella, and I won my first talent show with a song from Cinderella. So we are conditioned to believe that, at times we're Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz as a girl, or we're Cinderella, and there's always a happy ending, there's always a fairy godmother. And I remember my words of my spiritual teacher. And my spiritual teacher said, there's no carriage that's going to take you from point A to point B. You have to be your own foundation. Now, from a very magical spiritual being who could literally manifest just about anything, for him to say that, I was like, yeah, but can't you whip up a Prince Charming? And his answer was, no, you have to be your own foundation. And you most certainly have learned to do that. But you made a choice 36 years ago, or let's backtrack and let's go to 38 years ago when you met and you were together.
Mhm.
You made a choice, and you made a choice of what was expected of you because you were conditioned to, well, he checked all the boxes. This is, it's a good fit. It's going to make for a nice, secure life and partnership. And, we think it's love until we get in it, and then we realize it's not love. It's really more of an agreement. But I'm also going to add this. In the world of conditioning, we've been conditioned to have this very romantic sense of what love is that is really been glorified by television and movies. And a lot of people are chasing that dream of love. We're chasing that idea of what love's supposed to feel like and always feeling shortchanged when it doesn't happen. Does he love you? Yes, he loves you. Does he love you in the way you desire him to? No, he does not. Does he speak the right love language? No, he does not. If I were your fairy godmother back 38 years ago when you met him, I would be saying, next, honey, go look for another one. But you signed up for this one. But he's a good, solid human being. He's here for you in the ways that are necessary, and I know you want more. And do not think that because we are here in this marriage that there may not come a time where there will be an opportunity to meet another. But that is not the story for now, right? So it is another day. It is another experience of another year. But it's for you to understand that the two of you had a soul contract, and that was to bring your son into this world. That was for you to mentor your son. There's a lot to the story behind the scenes than sitting home holding hands and being kissy-face. There's more to your story of life. And so you had to iron out that story. And as I say this to you, it's really interesting. Half of my hearing just left, and there's this high-pitched screeching that no one else can hear but me in my left ear. That means the angels came in when I was saying to you that there's a contract, and the contract that you and your husband have is of a greater power and doesn't necessarily meet the criteria of what we imagine love to be. But it doesn't mean that you can't love yourself and court yourself and do for you and nurture yourself as you have been learning to do these past 3 years and learning to put yourself first and knowing that we shouldn't have to have all the pressure on us and do all the work, that there is an opportunity for self-love and self-care. And as you've been embracing this self-love and self-care, you're learning to love self. You will attract more loving people in your life. And ideally, this romantic energy will come up within you. And if your partner does not step up to the plate, then the two of you may decide to make different arrangements one day. I cannot predict that future. That is a story. But it is a relationship that is comfortable, and it is a relationship at this time that is suiting the purpose of what we need at this time. Give yourself permission to love self, and everything else will fall into place.
I love that. It makes so much sense. And you completely read all the cards in front of me perfectly.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that. And I'm just going down that path and waiting for something to pop up and divert me in another direction, which I know will eventually happen.
Correct.
Just one thing. Today's my mother's birthday. She's in heaven.
Yes, she is.
I've thought about her a lot today. And I just, if there's any way you can tell her I love her and miss her and happy birthday, that would make my day.
Well, they are always all listening for us, and she most certainly heard you. They hear you when you talk and when you think of them. Matter of fact, they send us the reminders that they are with us. and know that she is with you. And she's also talking to me about, was there a problem with your knee? Are we working on something with our knee still?
Oh my goodness, so ironic that you say that. My right foot was broken. I was bringing my neighbor some food about 4 weeks ago. She's elderly and not well and can't walk, and I bring her dinners most night of the week. And I tripped over her sprinkler head and didn't realize that, I stumbled on it. I thought I was okay. I went to work for 2 weeks with a broken talar head bone and torn ligaments in my right foot. And so now I'm on a scooter, and maybe she sees the knee because I'm kneeling on the scooter to get through work. And it's swelling, and it's black and blue, and it's hurting. And of course my foot is broken. So it's been a tough 4 weeks. I'm trying to navigate, and I can't drive, so
yeah, she's making me aware of that. So
it's been taking me, really.
So she's there. She's watching.
Yeah, that's what she's seeing.
That's what she's seeing.
Watching.
Yes. So she's watching you, and she must be saying, "Oh, my daughter, the klutz! Like, what is going on?" Right? What is going on?
No good deed is left unnoticed, right?
Well,
that's what
yes,
it is.
but Cheryl,
I never.
Yeah, look at this though, Cheryl. Let's go back. I want to go back because I have to go back to 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 years. Your lower extremities, your legs, your lower back, your hips, your feet, these have been a problem for you. And let me draw your attention to this, right? Because 4 years ago or so, we had a problem somewhere in the leg area. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So listen to what I'm about to say to you.
Yes.
How do you not feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet? How do you feel that you're not able to move forward? Where are we not being flexible and able to bend? Where are we being too rigid? What's holding you back? Find the answer to that question, and the issues around the feet, the knee, the legs, oh my God, honey, anything from the waist down is going to be solved. Who inside of you doesn't feel supported, feel like you can stand on your own, doesn't feel like you can be flexible, doesn't have the ability to move forward? When we talk to that aspect of you, then we can truly make a difference.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
You're
stuck for a while.
So have someone throw your scooter in the car for
I've
you.
been on that scooter for a while.
I know.
Last year my ankle was broken by a wheelchair, and I was stuck for a year with that. Now I'm on, this ankle got broken, stumbling over, and I'm like, I can't believe it. And everyone's looking at me again. How can this be happening to you again? Why? What's happening? Did you have surgery? Why?
You're attracting it.
And
you're attracting
it. I feel so pathetic.
Okay, we're not going to feel pathetic. Have someone throw your scooter in the car, drop you off, and come on down to the radio show. And who knows? You might be walking out.
I need that. I wanted to come for my birthday back in January 28th. I said, I'm going to go see you. I'm going to come. I know I'm going to go. And it never happened. So I need to come and see you.
Well, there is such a thing called an Uber.
Yeah, my son takes it all the time.
All right. Well, if we could pay for your son to have an Uber, you can make it here. So, well, Eddie, I look forward to seeing you. We're sorry you had that injury. We do know Mother is with you, obviously, and she sends you much love. Good night, honey. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're
God
welcome.
bless you too. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. 866-972-7247. Look at Cheryl's mother, just zoning in on poor Cheryl. Send Cheryl a lot of healing. We ask Raphael, the healing angel, to surround her. And we definitely have to fortify her legs when we see her. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we'll be back on our phone lines. I've got to go to California. I've got to go to West Palm and all across the nation at 866-972-7247. Stay with us. We're going to go right back to the phone lines when we come back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in.
Every soul's got a story. What's your story? Well, we're going to find out here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You're listening to us all across the nation on the Oldies station at 866-972-7247. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, share the page, share the light, share the love. We really want to see you here on our Facebook feed. Be sure to like the page Sarah Spiritual. Follow Sarah Spiritual on Instagram. Follow Sarah Spiritual on YouTube. We have a lot of cool things we're going to be doing as the months progress here in 2024. Helena Suba and I are going to be getting back to basics here. So we're going to get ourselves together. We're going to go back to our phone lines. And I've got to go to Rachel. And Rachel is in West Palm Beach. Rachel, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm awesome. Thank you.
Good. Good to make this connection with you, Rachel. And have you called the show before?
This is my first time calling in.
Wonderful. Well, we welcome you, and we're glad to make this connection with you. Rachel, what I really see around you is the need for things to change and line up with a way that feel more rewarding to you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And are we feeling out of sorts and as if life is not bringing you what you want? There's elements of life not lining up. This makes sense to you, yes?
Yes.
And there's a love question for us, please.
I had a work question.
We'll take a work question. What's your work question?
I recently had some turbulence in my career. I have been working really hard on a creative project, and I came into some resistance recently, and I wanted to see how you see things moving forward.
So the way we see this storyline is we do feel that we have had interruption from others that have spoken to the higher up, that you're trying to influence to follow your creative picture, and I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy and interference in this flow that you had going, because you had a pretty good rhythm. Oh my God, say it was a pretty good gig, Rachel, right? Pretty good gig, yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden some little peanut in the peanut gallery is making a ruckus.
Correct.
And there is a little adversity here. And I feel like they're trying to slash the work, slash the budget, slash the delegate what you're doing, give it to someone else. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? Yes?
No. Yes, totally
Yes.
correct. So now
Okay.
what?
So yeah, she's like, Sarah, what's going to happen? Well,
what's next?
What's next is I don't trust the other people around the boss that you report to. So
You're correct.
I feel like it is good for you to have an exit strategy in case they start trying to take pieces away from you, and then you have less and less to do. Okay?
Gotcha.
I do feel your work speaks for itself, and I do know that there's a connection to this boss that has earned you the respect, and they feel, the word I'm getting is responsible for you. They feel like they know your work and they're responsible to do the right thing, but they also don't do drama.
Wow, that's really
and there's
spot on.
There's too much going on, and they can't have drama and dissension among the troops. And you are a threat to others. You pesky little thing, you
100%.
threatening little thing. So,
Yes. So do you see me finding another company in the similar genre, but a competitor or somebody else?
I do, and I feel like you've got the connections to do it. And as long as you don't have a non-compete, you're good to go.
Awesome.
I just don't trust the people, and I don't know if it's worth the battle. I feel like this year is a year of change, and it's a year of doors closing to open up new ones. So why not make the change on your own terms than having the rug pulled out from under you? You're familiar with that experience, are you not, Rachel? You
Absolutely. I am familiar with that experience.
Oh, we don't want to do that again, right? We want to be free. So be your own foundation, make your own choices, set the intention of what you'd like to create, and move yourself forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Rachel. Thank you so much for your call. We greatly appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah. Have a good
You're
night.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. And if you're local in our local listening audience in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, all the way up to Port St. Lucie, we would love to see you here at our Boca studio in 1 week from tonight, from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Registration is starting at 6. We'd love to see you here. Go to sarahspiritual.com. It's an intimate session. We're going to be answering questions. We're going to be socializing, connecting with each other. We will be broadcasting live. But if you want to have an in-person experience with this show, our team, Helena will be here. Our crew is going to be here. Come on down. Visit sarahspiritual.com. I'm going to go to the phone lines, and I've got Dee on the line. Dee, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah.
Good to connect with you, Dee.
Likewise. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just be sure to speak up for me a little bit because it's a little pulled away, the phone. But, Dee, what we'd love to know is, I hear you now, where would you like to go with this conversation? We can go in so many different directions,
Well,
Spirit says. So tell me, darling, where are we going?
I want to go in my best light, always. But I have let's see here. This is kind of complicated, but I'm going to keep it really short. The basis of this is soul regression, past love or not. That's the gist of the whole thing. Interesting enough, I had a soul regression with you maybe like a year like 2022, 2021, I don't know. But one thing I realized this year when I'm having some sessions with you, sometimes this sounds a little strange. Sometimes it's me and sometimes it's someone else. And this is really particular. I have a friend and I want to know, is this person from a past life, from my soul regression session, or if it's just like something completely different?
The person that you're referring to in the physical or an aspect of yourself?
Both. The person is real.
Okay. Well, hold on. Hold on, Dee. I'm really glad to know we're not talking to imaginary friends, so that's a plus. Okay. So.
Right.
This person is not, this person is a past life person.
Correct. That's what I'm thinking.
This person holds a strong connection to you, a strong tie to multiple past lives that were literally complicated lives. There was always a problem. There was always a twist and turn. There was always the word I hear in my head is unfinished business. That's what I see.
Exactly.
Unfinished business. And so there's a draw, there's a pull, and yet there's a repelling as well. So it's, I don't know if we want to get the can of Raid or what we want to do, but the relationship is one that is for healing first and foremost and closure. This is important. But it's almost irresistible is the other word they give me. Like it's intoxicating in some way. In maybe a dysfunctional way, but it's intoxicating.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Everything it said has been experienced. The really wild thing is what kind of got my attention that made me kind of like all the hair stand up on the back of my head was like I was going through my journal 2 days ago and I was just kind of like cleaning out some of my journals and I come across this page and it's at the very top it says regression session with Sarah Spiritual. And I'm like, oh, which one is this one? Then I go down and I'm looking at Cabin in the Woods, small, quaint basement. Remember the jewel box?
Yes.
Do you remember this session?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So, and all I have on this sheet of paper, it says Cabin in the Woods, small, quaint basement, jewel box. And then I have notes about the difficulties of that typical relationship, about what was inside of the jewel box and everything.
Yes.
The wild thing is when I came across this journal and I'm sitting at my desk and then I look up on my desk, I'm looking at this jewel box my friend gave me.
Wow.
And inside of this jewel box, I had several things inside, and I did have a necklace inside. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And I'm just like, no, D, they're not kidding you. Because they've been trying to tell you things all along. And so therefore, when I saw that and I saw the note, I'm just like, all these things popped into my head. Like, I'm like, okay, I remember having certain sessions with Sarah, and I was asking her about love. And I remember before the session, I inadvertently fell asleep, and I woke up, and then I'm talking to Sarah, and then like I'm hearing you talk, and then one session I hear you go, oh, there she is. And I was like, wait a minute, who's she referring to? And I was like, and I just let it go. And then I'm just like, oh no, she's like, it's like some kind of X-Files thing going on in here. So there is this really weird friendship, all the things you can consider from all these different past lives. And currently right now, and I've known this person for almost a year now, and we literally finish each other's sentences, read each other's thoughts, and then I'm not even kidding. I believe you. I was going on a road trip, and I actually, I was with a group of friends, and this person was a part of the group. I got lost. I was in the middle of the California desert, and if you're ever in the middle of SoCal, in the middle of like the Mojave Desert, there are plots. There's just like, there's no reception, and there's nothing but just open, dark skies at night.
Yes, we've
so I'm
heard.
like, oh,
yes.
smack.
Yeah, we're
I
familiar.
got lost, so I'm just going to pull over here. Didn't even worry about it. I just pulled over, lit up a cigarette, and then I said, you know what, they're going to find me. And before I even lit the cigarette, sure enough, like, they pull up and start honking at me and just pull over, and it's just like, why are you sitting on the side of the road? I was just like, oh, I got lost, but I knew something was telling me that you would find me. And then it's like, yeah, that's the kind of energy that we have. It's like
correct.
It's really insane. I've never had that experience with a person before. So I actually knew that when I saw this and saw the jewel box, and know at the time being that like I'm not really on speaking terms with them anymore for the time being. I'm just like, okay, this added a whole nother dimension to our friendship, which I already knew was there. I just needed validation to make that I wasn't crazy.
And the journey is, you see the twist and turn you're in. Like now we're in a little bit of a tiff, and we're not quite in alignment and communication. This is going to be part of the story of this. So we will circle back. We will reconnect. We will redefine the connection. We will both speak our truth and kind of make a peace of sorts. But it is a connection that is meant to stand the test of time for you. So we do want you to honor that and trust that the universe is going to have your back. All right, Dee?
Oh, I always do. And my question was, I don't know if I should keep, and after I realized that, I'm not sure. I said to myself, well, this isn't for me. This is for a past experience that I no longer want to be a part of. And I wanted, like, I'm thinking it's complete. I wrote down in my question for you, is this soul regression complete? Because I'm not quite sure.
No, it's not. It's not. It is not complete. It is not. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. But you've got to continue the madness for a bit more, because the two of you need to reconnect and make a peace before we go off on our separate ways. We can't be in a tiff. Then you can close the jewelry box. Then you can close the chapter. But this conversation with this person needs to wait, because then it will be forced. We need to allow the next couple of months to go by, and then whoever picks up the phone or makes the connection telepathically first is all good.
So what's the benefit then out of this whole gist? In order for me personally to get, my life is going well from the last time I spoke with you at the last radio show, and everything that we wrote down is great, because after that experience, I really kind of become gung-ho, and I actually started downloading a syllabus to start teaching. I'm teaching myself first, but the idea is laying in front of me is like, why don't you start teaching things like the 7 Hermetic principles in order to help people harmonize? And that way you start with yourself first. So these kind of things that like are, and I'm going over my old lessons with you, and I'm just really on this mystic light school, homeschool life journey at the time. And I think that should be my focus.
So I'm going to say take a breath. Take a breath for me because we have 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, I'm going to unfold. I'm going to unfold the box, the jewelry box within. We need closure in this experience with this person so that we can move forward free, unencumbered from the past, or at least this part of the past. And then we move you forward, and as you allow Spirit to run through you and impart wisdom within you, then you can share your wisdom nuggets with others, and then we will grow from there. You are on path. It is to love self first, fill one's cup. The cup shall runneth over, and feed others from the knowledge and wisdom that you have embraced in your experience called life. We appreciate you. We're glad you're listening to the show. For this moment, we've got to pop off. I know I'll see you in class. Thank you so much, Dee, in California. And try to be careful of the desert. God bless you. Stay well. We'll talk again. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. But wait, don't just write the number down. Go to sarahspiritual.com. Come to this show next Wednesday night. I would love to meet you. It's an intimate group. We only have a few seats. I would love to share with you in a beautiful setting. We've just opened up the seating, so we would love to have you share with all of us and join the conversation in person right here in Boca. Stay tuned. We'll see you next Wednesday for our live show. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritual